All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Wood. For those of you that don't know me, I have been using essential oils now for like 9.5 years, and I have been doing the business side of doTERRA for full time for about 6 years. I have 4 daughters. One is currently a baby, so this class tonight is super relevant. And I am using these oils again on my sweet baby. So it's super fun to teach it while having a baby because it's been a little while. I have a 5-year age gap. So let me go ahead and share my screen. If any of you have any questions, feel free to just ask me, or if you want to put it in the chat, that's great too. Let me get this. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about oils for mommies and littles. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys have littles? Are you here because you know of someone who has littles? Are you anticipating a baby? Would anyone like to share? Rebecca, I heard your baby in the background. I love the little chime in. So cute.
I'm excited. I have an 8-week-old, so I'm excited.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
We're excited.
Wow, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So what we're going to talk about tonight. So we are going to talk about different facts, why doTERRA. We're going to talk about oils, what are essential oils, oil safety, 2 ways to use oils, mama's must-haves, baby recipes, testimonials, some special baby kits, and just share with you a little bit about our community if you don't know about it already. One of the questions that I get asked the most, especially with babies, is like, Ashley, how do I use oils on my baby? Are they safe? Where do you apply them? How many drops do you do in a roller bottle? Do you dilute them? So I'm going to cover all of that so that you feel confident to put them on your baby and know that it's completely safe. So we are first going to start with, let's talk about facts. So did you know products in the US contain more than 80,000 chemicals, and most are understudied and under-regulated? It actually takes 20 seconds from the time you put something on your skin for it to actually reach your bloodstream. Toxins can cause imbalances and negative effects on wellness, influencing your daily and long-term health. The average adult is loaded with 700 contaminants and don't even know it. Common side effects include disrupting hormones, triggering asthma, lowering immune system, and so much more. And I don't know about you ladies, but for me personally, that's actually when I started thinking about a more holistic approach, because that was never how I was raised. And I never thought that way. I always just ran to medication, went to Bed Bath & Body Works, put lotions on me, all those spray perfumes and everything. I loved them. And it wasn't until I became a mom that I was like, wait a minute. And my daughter had asthma, that I was like, let me look into this. This has to play into the way she's feeling and acting. And so that's really when I started digging into all of this. So there's over 3,163 chemicals hid behind the ingredient fragrance. So if you see anything that says the word fragrance on it, I wouldn't get it. I always just go, oh, nope, that's the word we look for. Even my girls know that now. Best kept secret, fragrance is considered a trade secret under the Fair Packaging and Labeling Act of 1966. This allows companies to not list ingredients, so their formula cannot be replicated easily. Unfortunately, this gives brands an opportunity to add in cost-effective but toxic chemicals to their products to make a scent that is better than natural. These chemicals are used to make sure that the spray dispenses well, and so it lingers for longer, giving the desired effect of perfumes and body spray. Here's actually the truth. The EWG found that 75% of products that list fragrance contained the hormone disrupting chemical that really affects our bodies and can be incredibly damaging. So, American women use an average of 12 personal care products that contain more than 160 chemicals. By replacing personal care products that are toxin with natural alternatives, you can lighten your toxic load. So, I think a lot of times, I know for me in the beginning, I was very overwhelmed and I was like, gosh, I don't even know where to start, right? Because as I started digging deeper, I realized, well, that's toxic and that's not good. Please don't get overwhelmed. Just do one thing at a time and know that that 1, 2, 3, 4 thing is making a huge difference for you and your family. And then you'll wake up one day and realize that there's so many things that you've switched over, but it makes it a lot more doable and not as overwhelming. So the average American child is exposed to 17 rounds of antibiotics by the time they are 20 years old. 70% of children receive an antibiotic during their first year of life. 1 out of every 5 acute care pediatric visits ends with an antibiotic prescription. And I would say that this is very, very true. Myself growing up, I struggled with chronic ear issues. And so my ear had ruptured twice. I had had tubes in my ears twice. And anytime I was sick, my mom would be like, here, take this prescription. Here, this will help, your earache. And she did the very best that she could. She didn't know. But it did end up with a lot of gut issues. I had candida a lot. I was very sick. My immune system was compromised. And so that's why one of the reasons I'm so grateful for essential oils and supplements is that I'm able to use them on my children and not all the time have to give them an antibiotic. Now, I do want to share that, essential oils is not a cure-all, right? There are first line of defense as moms. So it gives you as a mom an ability to go, oh, okay, I'm going to try these oils first, try them on my baby, see how they work for them. And so many times it has prevented me from going to the urgent care or ER in the middle of the night, right? Or the stressors of like looking up Google and all the things, right? And I realized, oh, she just had a tummy ache, or oh, she had a fever and these oils helped her, right? So it is your first line of a defense as a mom. And I would say 8 out of 10 times it has helped me where I don't have to take them in, which has been so awesome. So some facts. One analysis found an antibiotic exposure is linked to double risk of asthma and wheezing, 75% increased risk of arthritis, 75% increased risk of allergies, 38% increased risk of food allergies and dermatitis, 20% increased risk of weight gain and obesity. So a lot of times when we're taking these antibiotics, right, we just are trying to fix the problem and what we're going through in that moment. And we're not realizing the effects that it plays in our life for years. Like case in point, my mother had no idea, bless her heart, like the effects that it was going to cause me later on until I started having some of these issues. So children who have early inflammatory bowel disease are 84% more likely to develop Crohn's than children who don't. The risk goes up 18% for each course of antibiotics. The average American child receives 17 courses of antibiotics before they even hit in their 20s, which is crazy. For developing wheezing and asthma, the risk is nearly double in children who are exposed to antibiotics, and an allergic reaction up to 75% higher for food allergies, dermatitis up to 38% higher, and for increased weight gain, overweight and obesity, 20% higher. Oops, sorry. So something that I didn't know as a mom, I always, especially for my first child, I always gave her Tylenol anytime she wasn't feeling good, right? That's what doctors tell you to do. They're like, give your baby Tylenol. Oh, they're teething, give them Tylenol. Oh, they have a fever, give them Tylenol. Oh, they're restless, give them Tylenol. Well, Tylenol actually can contribute a decrease in the body's capability to fully detox, right? So when you have a fever, you or your baby, a fever is your body's natural way of fighting whatever is going on. And so if the fever isn't super high, right, mainly you just want to help you or your baby or your child feel comfortable, right? Give them a bath, put oils on them to help with the fever, give them a cool compress with like lavender on it. And I'm going to go over some ways that you can do that with your child or your baby. But those are things to help them. Now, obviously, if it gets super high, I would grab Advil, or there are other acetaminophen out there that are better than Tylenol in the sense of they don't have all the dyes. One of them is called Genexa. So if you are like, acetaminophen, I feel comfortable using that. That's what I want to use for my child. Just stay away from the Tylenol brand because there is a lot of dyes and things in it that are not good for your child. Have you given your child Tylenol in the past? Don't worry. Consider supplementing with essential oils and other more natural remedies. So why doTERRA? So doTERRA's essential oils are the purest and safest and most tested essential oils in the world. CPTG is a distinctive and measurable gap between no FDA regulations and doTERRA. Why? We're committed to purity and potency over profit. Essential oils are tested over 50 times to ensure nothing is added or taken away. So keep in mind, an industry where there is no FDA regulations, anyone can label their product as 100% pure or natural, even when they contain chemicals, pesticide, and synthetic components, and other harmful toxins. So really look into what it is that you're buying and purchasing. One of the things that me as a mom that I loved about doTERRA, and if you ladies didn't know this already, is our Source to You website. I love it because at the bottom of your bottle, right, there is a special code. You can go to the Source to You website, type it in, and you can find exactly how it was distilled, how it was sourced, and look at everything that they did for that specific bottle and all the amazing testing that was done. For me as a mom, when I was putting something on my child, people could tell you, yeah, this is good, that's good, right? But I wanted to know for sure. And yes, I saw that they worked for me and helped me, but when it came to my child, I wanted to know for sure it was pure, right? Like we're the guinea pigs, we'll try it on ourselves. But when it comes to our kids, we really want to make sure. And so this gave me the peace of mind knowing that doTERRA was, in fact, who they say they are, and it was completely safe for me to put on my kids. Why doTERRA? So just a little bit about doTERRA. If you didn't know already, we have co-impact sourcing. So what's also amazing is essential oils are sourced all around the globe in their natural habitat. We have what's called Healing Hands Foundation, where we give back to communities all around the world. So right now, our Healing Hands is focused on helping all of those in need in Maui with the fires and everything that's happened there. It's so horrible. So if you purchase a relief kit, it'll go straight to that right now. We are 100% transparency, purity matters. You can look up your oils again on source2.com, like I mentioned. And then we are third-party testing, guaranteed pure therapeutic grade oils where quality matters. And that to me is also something that really stood out to me as a mom. So let's talk about oils, okay? What is an essential oil, and how do we apply it on our children? So essential oils are not just sweet smelling or tasting liquids. They are some of the most potent, concentrated, and effective parts of plants distilled in hyper-concentrated form. Pure essential oils are composed of the superfuel of a plant, which has tremendous implications for you and your child. So what's so great about essential oils, and especially doTERRA's, is it's coming straight from the plant or the rind of the fruit, right? They're completely pure and they're completely safe to put on you and your kids. Hold on one second. What other tool do you have so readily at your disposal that offer all of these benefits and so much more? So there was nothing else before doTERRA essential oils that I really felt confident in and using on my kids. I grabbed Hyland's a couple times, like teething tablets for my first baby and things like that, but I didn't really feel like it worked for them like essential oils did. So oil safety. So some safety tips to keep in mind is there are some oils that are considered hot oils, which means they're hot to the touch. So you always want to make sure you dilute with a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil before applying it onto your skin. So for example, some of the oils that are considered hot oils would be oregano, cinnamon, clove, cassia, thyme. We have On Guard. Those are ones that you always want to make sure that you use fractionated coconut oil with it, which will make it where you have no like skin sensitivity. It won't be hot to the touch. Fabiola, it says that there's 3 things in the chat. Did you want to share with me?
I don't see anything. I think it was just a welcoming from Alex to Rebecca.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Here. Okay, I hear my baby crying. Give me 1 second. Fabiola, I'm going to go to the next page if you want to just talk a little bit about this.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the oil safety and photosensitivity. Now, we all know right now we are in summertime and sun is out. The one thing that you want to know about certain oils, such as, you know, you would find with medications, some of them are photosensitive, such as lemon, grapefruit, bergamot. Those are 3 that you want to look out for. And don't, like, if you're going to apply, for example, I like to use bergamot to like calm my body down and to sleep. And so I apply it over my chest sometimes. And if you do that, you know, you just want to make sure that you avoid direct sunlight within 12 hours of topical application. And you should be pretty good to go with that in mind. Or do you want to take over? I was just sharing.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay. Thank you guys. Sorry, having a baby. You never know when they're going to cry. Okay. I might have to go again, but my husband's trying. Okay. 2 ways to use essential oils aromatically. So when using your oils aromatically, you can inhale from the bottle, which means you can open your bottle and just inhale this way. You also can add a few drops into your diffuser as well. Why use your oils aromatically, especially for a baby, is it's really good to help calm their nervous system, helps with their little emotions. It helps boost their energy. It helps open up their airways if they're congested. It helps to purify the air. So diffusing essential oils is actually one of the best ways to use your oils with your little one. I have a diffuser in my baby's room. She's 5 months old. And I love that I can put a blend in there to help her sleep at night. I can put a blend in there to help open up her airway. So whatever it is that your baby is needing, if your baby is colicky, you can put those oils to help support them in the diffuser, and it's completely safe. Now, I always tell people with a baby, right, less is more. So how you know if it's too strong is if your baby starts coughing. That means it might be too strong. If your baby's eyes start to water a little bit or their nose starts to run, it might mean that the oils, you have too many drops. So for example, say your little one is struggling with a little congestion and allergies and it's allergy season. Right here, you see lavender, peppermint, lemon. You're going to do 1 drop of each of those in the water that you have in your diffuser, and you're going to fill it to the top of the line and do 1 drop of each. That should be plenty for your baby, especially if your baby is under the age of 6 months old. You can always add more. So benefits of diffusing, like I had mentioned, naturally cleanses the air, has a natural scent to your house. If you want your house to smell good for you mamas, we're going into fall. I don't know about you, but I love the smell of pumpkin spice. So we have a blend called Harvest Spice right now that makes your house smell amazing like pumpkin spice, especially if you add wild orange to it, you know, to uplift your mood, help bring calmness, help give you energy if you just had a baby. And you're exhausted and tired. I understand how hard it is, especially to have newborns. You can put a diffuser blend in there to give you energy, or you can grab any citrus oil and peppermint, and you can put 1 drop of each on the palm of your hand, rub your hand together, take a few deep breaths, and then rub a little bit on the back of your neck. And that will give you instant energy and wake you up. So I know when I had my last baby, right? I'm like my 4th baby, I'm exhausted. I have 3 other kids. That really, really helped me. And that was a quick little pick me up, because sometimes you don't have a lot of time, right? They're always wanting to nurse and be on you. 2 ways to use essential oils topically. So apply to the area of concern, meaning if they have a tummy ache, apply it to their tummy, right? If they, you know, for an older child, if they fall and scrape their knee, you can put it on their knee, right? Also, the best place for an infant, right? I would say under 6 months would be the bottoms of the feet, because that is the thickest area of skin on the body, and most likely where you will have no skin sensitivity, and most likely where your child won't be able to touch it. Also along the spine is also my favorite place. Helps with sleep and calming, helps calm skin irritations, supports the immune system. So if your little one is not feeling good, I love On Guard and frankincense along the spine, right, to help boost their immune system. If they have a fever and they're not feeling good, you would use lavender and frankincense and peppermint along their spine and bottoms of feet. And I'll give you those recipes here in a minute. So ways to use essential oils topically. So these are some of my favorite ways to use them, especially for you as the mom, as an adult. You could use it on your head, right? So if you have a headache, you would roll it on your head, temples, the base of your neck, your shoulders. If you are stressed, anxious mama, the best places for you to put your oils would be over your heart, right? Where your pulse points are, the inside of your wrist, as well as the sides of your neck. You would put it along your spine to help your little one if they have a fever or to boost immune system. Legs, or like if your kids have growing pains and they're complaining and they're running a lot. Legs, if you have sore muscles, aches and pains postpartum, right? I don't know about you, but like for postpartum, I had a lot of like lower back pain. My legs did ache a lot because I did have the epidural. So I had a little bit of that after effect. And so I used oils to help support my body with that as well. Feet, tummy, chest, shoulders would be more for like place of concern pain. So mama must-haves. So the oils that I first started with when I got started was these 10 oils. Now these 10 oils of peppermint, lemon, lavender, On Guard, deep blue, breathe, digestin, frankincense, tea tree oil, and oregano are the 10 oils that I use because they pretty much cover everything you would need in your medicine cabinet. And it's a great place to start without feeling overwhelmed. So it helps with boosting your immune system, helps with cuts and scrapes, helps with teething, helps with sleep, helps with inflammation in the body, pain, fevers, helps with congestion, focus for you, emotional support for you. As you can see right here, I have how each one is used and some of the top ways to use them. Feel free to screenshot any of this as well. So top baby oils. So the top ones to use on your baby would be Copaiba to help immune support, skin support, congestion, and calming. Now you may say, Ashley, question, you just shared those other ones that said the top 10. So why do you say these for top baby oils? Okay, let me tell you this, you can use the other ones on your baby. That's entirely fine. If you're like, Ashley, but those are the ones that I have and I don't have this, that's okay. The reason why I'm pointing these ones out specifically is sometimes scents can be really strong for babies. So like Copaiba, for instance, for immune support. On Guard is our immune support blend, but it is very strong and has a very strong smell, where Copaiba is a lot more muted. So you could use Copaiba, especially for like a 1-month-old. I wouldn't use On Guard. I would use Copaiba on their body. So that's why these ones are they're more muted as far as the smell of them. And they're just really good, especially for 6 months and younger. Geranium is great for jaundice, colic. So you would rub it on the tummy and in the middle of their chest, diarrhea, skin support. You have tea tree oil, which is great for eczema and rashes, cradle cap, pink eye for little ones. So if your little one has pink eye, don't ever stick essential oils in the eye or in the ears, right? Or in their mouth. You want to make sure to always just do it topically, especially when they're little. So for pink eye, if your child has pink eye, you would take tea tree oil and you would put a little bit on a cotton swab with some coconut oil, and you would rub on the outside of their eye, up and around and above the eyebrow, and down right here by the arch of the nose. And you would do it, rub it a little bit right there over and over. And I would say do it 3 times a day. And then on top of the tea tree oil, you would do lavender. And that will help take away the infection, the pain and discomfort. And the pink eye should be gone within 24 to 48 hours, but you need to be consistent with it. Also, anytime you're using essential oils on kiddos' skin, you always want to make sure to dilute with fractionated coconut oil. So what I would recommend is put a drop of tea tree, a drop of lavender in a little bowl with 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, mix, and that would be like your little bit that you would go and put your Q-tip in and do it that way. We have lime that is great for coughs, cold, bacterial infections. We have rose that is great for, again, gentler immune support, skin support, and fevers. What I love about this rose oil and any of our roller bottles that have the wood touch by them means that they are already pre-diluted, ready for you to use. So if you are a busy mama and you're like, Ashley, I honestly can't see myself having time to make roller bottles myself, which is totally fine. One great thing about these touch rollers is they're already pre-done, ready for you to use. So you don't need to worry about adding coconut oil and stuff to them. They're already set for you. So essential oils for common concerns. So you're definitely going to want to screenshot this, as I have my favorite tummy troubles blend here, head and respiratory support blend, chest and respiratory support, discomfort, cuts and scrapes, skin irritation, bug bites, sleep, acid reflux, immune support when they're grouchy, when they're needing calming. Now, I want to share with you, you may look at this and you're like, Ashley, I need a blend for my child's sleep, but out of all those oils you mentioned, I only have Serenity. That's okay. Use what you have and maybe, you know, little by little add. But the reason why there are so many for sleep, right, is because different oils work for different people's body chemistry. So Serenity might work great for your baby, or you may think, you know what, it's not working the best for my baby. It's, you know, I'm noticing they're still a little restless, still waking up a lot. So then I would add Serenity and Copaiba together and see how that works for your baby. So you kind of just play around with it, but use what you have first and then go from there and add to your medicine cabinet. Some non-toxic options is our baby diaper rash cream and our baby hair and body wash. I can't speak more highly about both of these. I absolutely love them. I love it because the baby wash is so gentle on the skin that my 8-year-old wanted to help give the baby a bath the other night, and she got a lot on her face. And, you know, before I would freak out, right? It's got all these bubbles and stuff by her little eye, the soap, but she was fine. Nothing, no irritation, nothing. It's so gentle. It's also very calming. It has lavender in it, so it's great to do before bedtime, helps them to sleep better. And then the diaper rash cream, I absolutely love. I even use it for my older ones and myself for any type of rash, heat rash, anything like that. The baby rashes cream is also really good as a natural sunblock too. So if you wanted to use it for that too, you totally can. And I love all the ingredients in that as well. So baby recipes for you. So this one I get asked a lot, which one is good for fever? So this is my fever recipe. It is the peppermint, lavender, and frankincense. I roll it along the spine and bottoms of feet, and I do it about every 45 minutes or so. There's no overdoing it with essential oils, as long as you don't, you know, do too many drops. Like I said, like say you do make your own roller bottle, right? If you have a newborn baby, or I would say like 0 to 3 months baby, you would do 1 drop of each in a 10 ml bottle and then fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil. That's the only time you want to use less is more, right? Especially with an infant, just because they're so little. But I don't want to scare you. Like, they're completely safe to use. Just remember, less is more. If you already have a roller bottle made and you're like, Ashley, I got a welcome kit from you. You made me a fever blend. It's already made. Can I use it on my little one? What I would say is open the top, add more fractionated coconut oil to it, add it to a bigger bottle, shake it, and you should be fine. So anytime you're at all worried that it has too many drops, just add more fractionated coconut oil to it. So sleep tight blend. Some of my favorite oils for sleep is lavender and Serenity and vetiver. I say putting it on the baby's big toe and bottoms of feet and their heel and massaging it and giving them a little baby massage is so helpful. Babies love touch, right? I mean, don't we all? But giving them a little massage is so relaxing. Also, Fussy Baby, you can roll along their spine. You can also get a little bit of like Roman chamomile if your baby's fussy, and put like a drop on your hand with some fractionated coconut oil, and you can actually massage a little bit like above their head, their eyebrows, their temples, and kind of rub in here. This is also really great to do with any type of congestion for your baby, and it really helps to loosen up that congestion for them as well. So diffuser blends for your baby. Here's just some that you can do. You could do lavender and breathe. You could do vetiver and lavender. You could do Balance and Wild Orange, Neroli and Copaiba. So these are just to give you some different options of diffuser blends that you can try with your little one. Some of my most used baby blends is Healthy Baby, right, which helps with immune support. Baby Belly, which helps with colic, upset stomach, gas, especially within the first couple of months. Your baby most likely will struggle with gas, right? It's a very common thing for little ones. And so taking the roller bottle and rolling it clockwise around their tummy, massaging their belly, also putting a little bit on the bottoms of their feet and pumping their legs and massaging it in their feet is so helpful. Now, I want you to be rest assured that if you use it one time, sometimes it works really quickly, but it all depends on how colicky your baby is, how gassy your baby is, right? So sometimes you need to do a little bit more than just one time. So again, I will do it every 30 to 40 minutes. And then usually after an hour and a half to an hour, their pain has decreased significantly, or they've gone to the bathroom and had a great relief, which is awesome. So Teething Baby, we have frankincense, lavender, copaiba, and Roman chamomile. This is the stage I'm in right now. My baby's almost 6 months old, will be in about a week and a half. And so with this, I like to take Roman chamomile. It's a very, very mild oil, and I put a little bit on my finger, and I rub it directly on her gums. Right now it's her bottom, directly on her gums, and it completely soothes it, and she stops crying, which is awesome. This blend, you can have it in a roller bottle, and you would roll it along their jawline, right? Behind their ear, and you would just massage it in like this. And then you'd also put a little bit along their spine. Not only is this going to help with the inflammation, the pain, the calming, but it also will help them to sleep better as well. So you can even put it on their spine and the bottoms of their feet, and I would recommend. So I feel like the teething blend is not just teething, but it also helps calm and soothe them and helps them sleep well as well. We have the Calm Baby and Sleepy Baby one as well, but as you can see, some of the same oils are in the teething blend. Okay, what are moms saying? So I want to share with you what some moms are saying. So not only can I tell you that they work, but I don't want you just to hear it from me. I want you to hear it from other moms as well. So this one lady said, it literally changed our lives. I no longer give my kiddos medicine. I reach for my oils. It saved me tons of time, money, and worry. This other mom said, Digestin, I started using it on my kid's tummy ever since he was 2 years old. And every time it makes him release and he's able to go to the bathroom. I haven't used Pepto-Bismol or any other stomach relief in 7 years. So I call it my natural Pepto-Bismol. Oh man, what don't I use for them with my kiddos? But an oil miracle we had last year was when my son got pink eye. I used tea tree oil and lavender, Correct-X, and it was gone within 2 days. So these are just some testimonials. Again, feel free to screenshot it of oils that have really helped other moms and helped with their littles. Before we go to the baby kits, my friend Fabiola is on, and one thing I love about Fabiola is she always shares on her social media different oils that help with her little ones, specifically her littlest son, Mateo, and he is 3 now, right?
Mateo is going to be 4 here next week.
Okay, he's almost 4. So
hanging in there.
What?
I said he's still hanging in there, being 3.
Oh, I know. He's so cute. So Fabiola would share that, I think it was Neroli, right, Fabiola, that really worked for her son. Was it Neroli? Or was it
we actually use some of the oils that would, like you mentioned, rose, but we do really well with ylang ylang and geranium and clary sage. Those 3 are like perfect for my little guy. Yeah. So something like Neroli would be really helpful as well for him.
So what are your go-tos for when he's just having a rough day, like emotionally? What do you use?
I have to be really honest with you guys. Sometimes it's like lavender is not for us. Like lavender may be for other people. For him, he's more into the florals. So in the sense of neroli or rose, geranium, those are his oils, and ylang ylang. He likes those, like, I guess something that you wouldn't think about for a little one. And I've been using those oils on him since he was very, very little, since he was a newborn, to calm him down. And so he just responds better to those oils. They're just very calming. So
I love
versatile.
that so much. You know, it was funny. I had Neroli and Magnolia, and I've had it for a long time, and I use it on myself, but I never used it on my kids. And I was watching Fabulous Stories, and she'd always like show them and then show him like knocked out. And I was like, I'm gonna try it. So I tried it on, she's 5 now, but I think at the time she was like 2 or 3. And I tried it and I like texted Fabiola and I was like, oh my gosh, like I had no idea. So that's what's so great is like following other moms and listening to what works for their kids, because it may totally work for your child and maybe you have it, but just like never tried it. Like I had never even thought to try those. So I loved that. And I'm still so thankful that you shared that, Fabiola. Thank you. So my prepared mama kit, if you haven't gotten started with oils yet, this is such a great kit. If you already have, but maybe don't have all of these oils, you can get these separately. But these oils really help to make over your medicine cabinet, like I had mentioned, in a great place to start. Roller bottle freebies. So when you get started in our community, we bless you with free custom roller bottles. I say reach out to the person who invited you tonight, but you can choose. We have so many different mom rollers, ones for labor and if you're having a baby, or also ones for your baby, like I had mentioned, some of my favorites. So our community is amazing. We help support and come alongside you and help you. So if you are not part of our community, we would love to have you. We have a Facebook group where you can ask a question at any time. We also have free ebooks for you. We have one specifically for mama and baby. So ask the person who invited you to send you that ebook, and they could be happy to do that for you, or they can just reach out to me and I can give it to them. But we have so much resources for you. And I know for me personally, it was so nice to be able to go and, say, hey, this is what my child has. What should I do? My child has this rash, or my child has a really high fever, has had it for 3 or 4 days. Like, what should I try? And just like Fabiola said, like she had figured out that floor oils worked good for her son. Maybe the oils that you have, they work great. And maybe for other things that your child is going through, but maybe not things that you're specifically trying it for. And so the community that we have is so great for you to ask questions at any time, where other moms can chime in and be like, well, try this. Well, did you try that? And so we have just such an amazing support system, which is awesome. So do we have anybody who has any questions or anything at all that maybe I didn't cover, or a recipe that you would like that I can get for you?
I did share the oils that I still use on my little one in the chat for those of you that were wondering what those were. So if you want to just screenshot those are single oils and they're really, really helpful. So hopefully that helps some of you.
Thank you so much, Fabiola. I really appreciate it.
I actually do have a question. We were actually we did a class last week, and we had a mama with a really little one. I think maybe the baby was 5 or 6 weeks old, and they were talking about Epsom salts. Have you used Epsom salts with your girls? What age do you start? I started when mine was about a year old, so I didn't really have anything to share, but I'm wondering, do you happen to have any insight on that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I do Epsom salts when they're about 6 months old. And I technically do 2 cups of Epsom salts for my girls. For that age, I'll just do 1 or half a cup, whatever you're comfortable with. And then you would do just like 1 drop of frankincense, 1 drop of lavender in lukewarm water, mix it in the water first, get the bath, and then like stick their like baby thing that they sit on in the bath after it's filled a little bit. Like, you don't want it too high, and then put your baby there, and then, play with your baby, get a little toy, sing to them, and just let them sit in it for at least 10 to 15 minutes. It's really helpful if they have a fever at all or are struggling with any type of pain related thing. So that's what I do. I usually don't do it before 6 months of age though. I usually wait till about 6 months. If you want something for under 6 months, what you could do is get like a warm compress on a washcloth and put like a drop of frankincense and a drop of lavender, and kind of like, as you're holding your baby, rub it along their spine, the bottoms of feet, put it on their head. That's what I would do for younger. Great question.
There was a question as to what to use for mosquitoes or spider bites. I
Mhm.
recommended lavender, but I've also used Purify and Zendocrine on the area just because they can pull up some of those funky things
Yeah.
that the mosquitoes like to add to our bodies. You can share whatever you'd like that has worked for you. That was a
Oh,
question
no,
on here.
I would say the same ones, Fabiola. Those are great. Thank you. Those are really, really good ones.
And then we've got, can we use Tamer on a 5-week-old baby? Do you want me to answer that or do you want to?
Go ahead. You can.
I've used the entire kids line for anybody that's wondering on my baby. I've used oils to actually from the time I conceived him up until like he's still using oils and now he just does it on his own. But the entire touch line is really helpful. I really trust it. And also the kids line is very gentle oils on there that are very powerful. So totally could use it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have Tamer right by her little changing table, and I've been using on her since she was like 2 weeks old. So yeah, totally safe. I wonder if there can be something to stop my 9-month-old from sucking on her fingers. Her nails are getting a little too brittle. Yes, what you can do is you can do a drop of tea tree oil and a drop of coconut oil and like mix it. Tea tree oil tastes horrible, but it's also really good for like nail growth and fungus and all the things. It's antifungal and antibacterial. So you could put a little bit on their nails and try that. But always dilute it with coconut oil. And I mean, it'll taste bad. So I don't think they'll keep doing it. Wouldn't you say, Fabiola?
I was gonna say, and just a reminder, today is the last day to get the free
Yeah.
tea tree oil touch for free. If you wanted to, grab that and then you could always dilute it even more and use it on the area. That's a really great way to get
Yeah.
some tea tree in your life.
That's true. And it's already diluted, like she said. So it's a win-win.
Can I say something about that too?
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
So 9-month-olds too are probably teething.
Mhm.
So it may be something that you want to get a little bit of a teething toy as opposed to their hands, because kiddos just put their hands in their mouth like nobody's business anyways. So maybe finding a cold teething toy, maybe they're or like one of those things where you can put breast milk in it.
Yeah.
Or some a thing in it to help soothe, because that could be also why she's
Right.
or he is putting
Right.
fingers in the mouth.
Yes, that's really helpful. Very true. Yes, such good questions. Thanks, Alex. Does anybody else have any other questions or anything? If not, I had said that I would do some fun giveaways. So, if you could share with me, if someone could share with me, what was your one aha moment, and I'll let you pick whatever baby roller you'd like, and I'll make it for you and send it to you, that you did not know before joining this class that really stood out to you?
For me, it was the Tylenol,
Okay.
how it has all those chemicals, and actually that's the only medicine I use, Tylenol.
No, that's okay.
But I've been trying to stay away from it as well, because I know, especially during this time with COVID, my daughter got very sick and we used up like 5, 6 in a week, I remember. And I was like, oh no, I can't, I can't do this anymore. It's a lot on her body.
Thank you so much for sharing. You know, a lot of times us moms, we have no idea. And so we're just trying to do the best thing for our kids. And so that's why I'm so glad you joined tonight, because I feel like knowledge is power. And so now you know. So give yourself lots of grace. It's okay. But thank you so much
Thank you
for sharing that. And what were you mainly giving the Tylenol for? And I can tell you what to substitute it out with.
for fevers.
For fevers. Okay. So all right, so then you would do frankincense, the lavender, and the why am I drawing blank? Peppermint, and you would rub it along their spine and bottoms of feet, and that will help significantly. And then you would do the Epsom salt bath if they're not too little.
But those, well, I would have to like combine all 3 of them, right? You guys don't have just one specific for fevers, or?
So the one specific, so let me share with you why we say these 3 oils. So yeah, peppermint cools the body down naturally. So the reason why we say those 3 is peppermint helps to cool the body down. Frankincense helps with inflammation in the body and discomfort. And then lavender is very calming and soothing. So usually when your child has a fever, right, you're giving them the Tylenol because they're warm, right, or hot, but also they're irritable, they're fussy. And so we give them Tylenol thinking, okay, this will help calm them down. So that's what the lavender is used for.
Oh, okay.
And the frankincense helps with the immune support. So you're attacking all the things that the body is going through in one. And that's why the oils really help, because it helps the root issue of what's really going on with your child. Now, again, I'm not going to say that, no, Ashley, I've never, I'm not going to tell you I've never given my child anything. I have, but that's usually if they're super irritable, super lethargic, not able to talk with me, and it's like super high, right? But usually if it stays below like 102.5, no, I don't give them anything. Again, you just assess your child and see how they're doing. And if I do, I usually do Advil. And I do have the Genexa brand on hand if I ever need it.
Okay, thank you.
You're
If
so
I
welcome.
can share, Ashley, for
Yeah.
the gal that's looking for maybe just a one roller bottle that's made, our kids line, the Tamer and the Rescuer, just so that for those of you that are brand new, those blends have copaiba, spearmint, lavender oils that can help cool the body down. So a lot of times I do personally recommend like Tamer, even though it is for the tummy specifically, it's got that Japanese peppermint in it. You can put it on the spine, over the belly button, tummy, or that area to help the body kind of cool down. So you don't have to create all these different oils or different blends. So that's an easy one if you were looking for something that's already pre-made. And that
Oh,
was
thank
Tamer
you.
or Rescuer.
My 12-year-old, I've been buying her the Tamer one because she has stomach issues. And ever since we started using that, I can honestly say I haven't been to the ER in a long time.
That's so
Mhm.
good. Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
That's so
Mhm.
awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Did anyone, and why don't you go ahead and can you, well, why don't you tell me which roller blend, and then after that, if you wouldn't mind putting your address, then I'll send it to you. What blend would you like for your baby? So I have tummy, immune, respiratory.
The fever one?
Which one?
The fever one?
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anyone else? One more person want to share something that stood out to them? Anyone want to share it? And it doesn't have to just be for babies, like a blend for yourself or you didn't know. Is there anything that stood out to you?
Well, all the different blends that you guys have available. I didn't know you guys sold it, or I tried doing them myself sometimes, but then I lose like track of like which one is which. Like the Breathe Baby, the Belly one, the Healthy Baby, those are, and I like how they look. But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And what blend would you like for your baby?
I will take the Belly tummy one,
Belly?
please.
Okay. Yes. And can I please have your address, please?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies. I really enjoyed tonight. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope now you feel more empowered to use them on your baby. Literally, they're completely safe on your little one. And, I know it can be a little like nerve-wracking because you just want to make sure, but trust me, they're a lot safer than going and using other alternatives and stuff that the doctors may give you or tell you to take. So very safe for your little one. And again, if you want to start with diffusing first, if that's what you're more comfortable with, start there and see how that works for your little one. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you later.